Okay, I'm going to show you very quickly how you can record data. Your staff out in the field can record the data from their smartphone. They simply log into the app. They're going to choose ISP Data. They're going to choose the program and the individual that they'd like to record data for. Find the ISP program. I'll record the begin time and the ending time. They'll put in the location. We're going to say this is in person. And then they'll select the tasks. We're going to say that this was review protocols, or social distance, and masks. And we'll also say that this was at the individual's home. With family support. And we're all
Okay, now that we've seen how easy it is for the staff to put that data in, let's come back to the office and get that data out. So first, we're going to log in as an administrator now. Much different view of the system with a lot more functionality. First, we're going to look at report C, enclosure C. So one of the first things we need to know is the total number of individuals enrolled. There's quite a few ways we can get this number out of Therap. One of the easiest is going to be a quick demographic report. We're going to filter by our program question here. And I can see I have 3 individuals actively enrolled in this program, eligible for the alternative services. So next, I want to pull out all that data that's been happening across my organization over the last month. So I'm going to come into our report library. There are a lot of different reports in here. The one in particular I'm going to look at is an ISP Data detail report. There are quite a few different ways. This is the one we recommend. ISP Data detail report. We also recommend that you use a consistent name for tracking these programs so that I will be able to filter for the month of August. And I will be able to type in my program name of alternative that I've made sure that was in all of the names of the programs for each individual. And now I'm going to go ahead and sweep all those across my organization. And that report is going to come out here with a whole lot of information for all the services and individuals we've been supporting and all of the tracking that's happened out in the field. So now we know the total number of individuals enrolled. Next, we want to get the total number of individuals that have received some type of an alternative service, subset of that total. So I'm going to keep my original report clean here, and I'm going to make a copy of this data here. And one of the first things I'm going to do to get that count of unique individuals is come here and deduplicate the data by taking out all the duplicate of individuals. And I can see here very easily I have 3 individuals that have documentation on alternative services for the month. If you remember, my program total was 3 individuals as well, so that means everybody got those services. If I have a lot more services here and I want to pull more of that, or I want to do the math, have Therap do Excel do the math for me, I can simply come over here and see my count of individuals by dragging down on my values and see that that is their. All right, so now we've got the top part of the form here filled out. And now we're going to try to find the number of unduplicated consumers that received each service for the month of August. So we're going to pull up our report again. And once again, we're going to make a copy so we keep the original data. And in this case, we are going to deduplicate that data one more time. In this case, we're going to want to remove the duplicate individuals. And we're also going to want to unduplicate the task names and the scores. Now we're going to insert our pivot table again, which is going to magically give us those numbers we need. And in this case, we're going to use that form ID as the value. We are going to use the task name as the rows. So we got our A through K. And then we are going to use the score as the filter. And in this case, once again, we only want to see the yeses. So now I can see all of the answers for that first column there, how many unique individuals. And if you notice, none of these are more than 3, which they should not be, because we only have 3 individuals who are totally eligible for that service. So these are the numbers to fill in here to the unduplicated service consumers. Next, we want to see how many events. Now, these are going to be duplicated because one person could have gotten service A here multiple times in August. So in this case, once again, I'm going to make a copy of my data in order to can keep my original. And this time, we're not going to do any deduplicating. We want all this data. We're going to create a pivot table, very similar to the one we just created. We're going to use the count for our number of forms. We're going to use the task name as the rows, so we get A through K. And then we're going to use the score as the filter. And again, we only want the yeses because that will tell us what services actually happened. So now I've got my answer for August for the second column for each of the services or the tasks in Therap. That is the unique number of events, and you can take those and create the monthly totals from there. All right, next we're going to look at enclosure B. So this is that same set of data that we've gathered from the staff in the field, but in this case, we need to look at it by the individual, unique individual with their unique UCI number. In this case, I'm going to show you a couple of ways you can go about this. One is to pull what we call our clinicians report. And this will let you pull these individually and give you a very nice view. I can see here, I can pull Albert first. I'm going to choose his alternative services tracking form template we've created. And I'm going to run that clinician report. And I'm going to run that for the month of August. And let's go ahead and generate that report. Here we're going to see each of the service encounters, who provided the services, which task or which scores he received, or which services he received, by the score of yes, and any comments that this was on Zoom, this was done in video. We got books from the library. We can see all of these answers, which services he received, which he did not during the month of August. We can take this out to a PDF by clicking here and saving that in the system. I'm going to show you another possibility, again with that same report that we generated here, and I'll make a copy one more time. All right, and this again, we want all the data. We can insert a pivot table, and this is nice if you want to generate this for a lot of individuals all at once. In this case, we're just going to use the rows here for individuals. We're going to add in the score. Actually, first we're going to add in the data collection date. So we have the service date. It'll cooperate. There we go. We're going to add in the task name. So we know, is this an A through a K? And then we're going to finally add in the scoring comments, because that is important for tracking here. And what's going to happen in our scoring comments is we are going to get a lot of blanks. So in this case, we are just simply going to remove the blanks. And now we've got, for each individual, here's Albert, or better known as Alternative. On the 4th, he received services A and D. And here's the comments on the 10th, A and D, on the 11th, C, and we've got the next individual here as well. So very quickly, we have that information. And of course, that last column there, where is all this documentation kept? Well, when you're using Therap, you know that's going to be safe and securely locked up in Therap. Again, keep an eye on us for more iterations of this. We're very pleased to be able to support our customers with this solution. And if you'd like more information, you can contact us at teamwest@therapservices.com. Also want to join us at our upcoming online conference, which you can find at therapservices.net at California-State-Therap Conference, or just Google Therap and you'll find our website and should easily and quickly be able to find our conference page and sign up for the upcoming California conference at the end of October. Again, thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope this is helpful. And don't feel like you've got to figure it all out. We are here to support you, so just reach out. Thanks and have a great day.